Yo, 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 yo. Wake up, wake up, wake up, man. It's Power Plays Palace, man. And we back at it again. We back at it again for another one. So let's get this thing on the road. So for yesterday, we had a pre-market high yesterday at 748, a pre-market low of 743. 34. And what we're looking for is SPY was to go and break above the 748 level. Then we're going to be looking for, make sure I got my price targets right real quick. We're going to be looking for price targets in the range of 750, 752, and 754. And if we had a pullback before that, the market, opened up and we pulled back into the 747 area, or we pulled back into the 743 pre-market low area, then we was going to be looking at targets at 748, 750, and 752. And on the bearish side, if we got a rejection near the highs of 748, 747.27, which was the high today from Friday, then we was going to look at target 745 and 743.34. And then if we was going to break down below 743.34, we'll set our stop loss above 744.50. Targets being 742, 740.81, and 739. And that was going to be our targets for yesterday. And so let's look at SPY and see what actually went on the market. See what went on in the market. All right, y'all see me looking at that pre-market because we got something going on. So what happened yesterday is SPY, when it opened up at around 747.06. It went all the way up to 748.73, and then it pulled back. And it pulled all the way back to 743.68. Once it did that, it pulled all the way up here to 747. And from 747, it pulled back again to 743 into this area with 743.58. And then from there, it pushed back up again briefly to 745.34 before it finally pulled all the way back to 741.59 yesterday, which would have been a $7 move down yesterday. So if you played puts yesterday, you should have did very well. Now you can see overnight SPY began to consolidate, kind of stay in this area, went down to 741, and it started to kind of work its way up, and then the market closed for the night. And then this morning, what we have, SPY jumps all the way back up here, establishes pre-market low here at 745.02. And then it's already retested it again. As you can see right here, it opened up in that area. It retested it. It looked like it's starting to work its way back up. It retested it twice. This would be considered probably a double bottom. It's a bottom there, it's a bottom there. You got a huge gap up, about a $3 gap up. And then you see SPY currently working up. It's 8 o'clock right now, so you still have an hour and a half before the market open. But you can clearly see that gap up after that push down yesterday. So we could be heading in some interesting areas. But if you played the put side on yesterday, then you should have did pretty well. We touched all those levels on the put side, and honestly, with it going up past the 748 mark, you could have played every level coming back down too. To be honest with you, 748 to 747.27. You know what I mean? And then it just went on down from there because it ended up at 741. What's the low of the day? Yesterday was 741. So when you in that area, that is a nice move that you could have made. So let's look at that. So that I want to lead into the chart for today. Put that chart up for today because what we want to see. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so what we got for today is we got the SPY with our pre-market high currently, as you can see right now. The pre-market high is currently 746. Hold on, y'all. I got the wrong. Hold on, let me get the right chart up here for a second. I think I put the same chart up twice, y'all. Just give me a second here to fix that. I put the same chart up twice, so that is absolutely my fault. Give me 1 second to adjust that mistake. Alright, now that's more like it. So what we got is a previous day high of 748.73. Previous day low, it went down to 741.52. Pre-market high today of 746.72, and our pre-market low of 745.02. Now what we'll be looking at, if SPY goes up and it reclaims that pre-market high area, and it can get back up to that pre-market high area, if it can get back above and hold above that pre-market high area where it is right now, then what we're going to do, we're going to target yesterday's high of 748.73. Then we're going to shoot back for that 750, 752, and 754. Now, if we get a pullback before that happens, then we're going to look and see if it comes back to that pre-market low, which we saw that it did touch it twice already. But if it does, then our first target area would be 746.72, 748.73, and 750. Those would be our targets on the push up. Now, if we get up there, 747 in the pre-market high area, we can't maintain that, then we want to try to get an entry around that area with our stop above the 747 mark. And then we're going to target 745.02 and then 743 initially. So we want to try to get back to those areas that we've previously visited. Now, if we get a good strong breakdown, 745 would be our entry. 745.02, put our stop loss above 746. And then we're going to target 743.50. Then we're going to target 741.52, 740, and then 738.50. And those will be our initial targets. Now, for today, that's what we'll be looking at, because it's a lot of volatility in the market. If you notice, you watch the news and everything, be careful with what's going on around these oil markets, these price predictors and all that, these market makers, because, you know, it's a lot of reports about insider trading and people using information not open to the public to make trades. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these individuals go about, you know, doing these things with these market manipulators and how they're able to do that. And you don't want to be caught up in the mix of that. I know my guys, we're talking about doing a bunch of swing trades to try to accommodate, you know, where we are and what we're trying to do with being profitable in the market. But even with that, you just want to be careful and you just want to be cool and try to find some good spaces to do and set you some stop losses and get in and out. And for today, that's our trade plan for today. And we look forward to trying to do the best we can to continue to grow as a channel, because we have been getting some good feedback, and I want to say I appreciate the good feedback from people. We'll continue to get better at this. But as of right now, this is not financial advice. We're going to look at this market before we sign off here. And as you can see, it done tapped that bottom 1, 2, follow me, 1, 2, 3. It done reacted in this area 3 times. And it also reacted in this area too when it came up here to the top. That's a strong reaction with that wick. So what we're going to do is we're going to see how this thing turns out today, and we're going to try to play it. And now stay disciplined in your trades. Do not overextend and set your stop losses, and you take profit levels. And once you do that, you should be okay. You're going to make some mistakes, but as long as your wins are bigger than your losses, you're going to be fine. In the meantime, that's our trade plan for today. This your boy, man, Power Plays Palace. If anything I say in this video helps you become a better trader, like, share, and subscribe, and get back with us, man, and let's do this thing. Power Plays Palace. We out of here, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.